Hi everyone, welcome to a gun review here at Premier Guns. We're going to start off today with a look at the ATA Supersport. Now, we've recently started stocking ATAs in big numbers because you just can't argue with the value for money that they offer. From the top, ATA is a Turkish manufacturer, not been on the market too long, but certainly in the last 2-3 years has taken the UK market by storm, really, because of the value that they offer and the features in their guns at a particular price point. Now, when people take up clay pigeon shooting, they come in the shop and they say, look, I want to spend £500 or I want to spend £1,000. Up until these kind of guns came on the market, then the sort of £700-800 mark would get you a nice branded gun, possibly a Browning, a Beretta or a Miracle, but you'd be looking at a much older gun, you know, sometimes 20-30 years old. And things have moved on from them, particularly now with us staring down the barrel, so to speak, of a lead shot ban. Manufacturers are moving more towards making things future-proof, and this is a typical example of that kind of thing. So if we take a look at the profile of the shotgun receiver, it is very similar looking to that of a Beretta, of a 680 series. Quite low profile. The barrels hinge on these trunnions here, and you know, to all intents and purposes, it does look very similar to a Beretta. It's not made in Italy, it's made in Turkey, where things are more cost effective, and that's why they can turn a gun out that looks like this, with features like this, for less than half the price of a new silver pigeon. So this particular gun, we've got 30-inch barrels with a sporting rib, which I think is about 10mm parallel. It's ventilated, so a lot of shots in quick succession, it cools down nice and quickly. It's got a matte finish, which is nice along the action and the barrels, and that just gives for anti-glare and also for a quite sleek, modern kind of look, which, you know, ties in with these sort of Supersport graphics in red. This particular gun, as all the ATAs are, is quite tightly bored. Now the reason for that is because more and more shooting grounds are insisting on fibre wad cartridges, and with a tighter bore, ballistically fibre wads are better, and that's the simple reason for that. On top of that, we have got steel shot proof. Again, in terms of future proofing it, if you buy a gun that's 20-30 years old, it is not going to be steel shot proofed. You're going to have it steel shot proofed, because moving forwards, that is where we're all going to end up. So steel shot proof, 30-inch multi-choke, comes as standard with 2 extended chokes and 3 flush chokes. So, you know, should you want to shoot a bit of game, you might want to put the flush chokes in. Single selective trigger, ejector obviously, which has got this nice gold wash on it. Now the stock is grade 2.5 Turkish walnut. Now this is a particularly nice piece of wood, but we've even had some that are better than this. Now this is our demo gun, comes with an adjustable comb. So what that enables us to do when we fit the gun here to you at Premier Guns is we can look at the individual, the shooter's needs, the physical features of that person. Do they need a higher comb? Do they need a slightly bit more cast because they might be quite broad? And Beavertail Forend, which has got a slight groove in it just to allow the shooter just to grab hold of it, make it a little bit steadier. And weight wise, we've got this particular gun, 8 pounds 3 ounces, and although that will be on the slightly heavier side for a sporting gun, it's all about the balance and the recoil. A heavier gun, lower recoil, and if we actually balance this gun, bearing in mind this is under £1,000, it balances ever so slightly in front of the hinge pin. Look at that. Okay, fantastic. To finish it off, we've got I think a 14 3/4 inch length of pull with sort of a 20mm rubber pad, and that's got, if you just look there, it's got a leather covered top just to enable you to mount it nice and smoothly without snagging. So we've had a look at the gun, the design features, what makes it future proof, what makes it versatile. Let's go and shoot it. A few final words about the ATA Supersport. We've talked about where it got its design thoroughbred from, we've talked about the features, about it being future proof, the steel shot proofing, the slightly tighter bores for the fibre wad. Been out and shot it, put about 30-40 cartridges through it, and for the money you just can't fault it. You know, the recoil is nice and soft, it handles well, it kills well, the balance is exceptional for the price of the gun. You know, what you've got to remember is this is sub £1,000. Top it all off, it comes with a 2-year warranty. It's probably the pick of the ATA bunch if you want to go out and shoot clays. So if you want to try one of these guns, come down to Premier Guns. We've got 40 plus ATA Supersports to choose from. We'll let you out with the demo, we will set the adjustable comb up accordingly, and you'll go away with a gun that's going to give you a lot of years shooting pleasure for not a lot of money, and ultimately is going to change with the times of shooting. So we look forward to seeing you soon at Premier Guns. Thanks for watching.